Hello, my friends, and welcome to day 270 of the Ukraine-Russia war. And let's get straight to it. Here we have the deep state map. There's not much change except for here in the Bakhmut area. As you can see here, this was on the 17th and it was updated on the 19th. And they retreated from Bakhmut. So that is always good. We do have one more little change here down in the Pavlivka area. So if we come here, this was on the 17th. They retreated from here as well, just a little bit, and they still hold about half of Pavlivka. All right, and what I did want to say about this is that there is still fighting all along this front. And we'll get to that in just a sec. Okay, guys, for the losses for today, we're sitting at 337,840, and killed in action is 84,210. And so if we go back to yesterday, we were at 83,880. So they lost about 330 men, 2 armored combat vehicles, 1 tank, and 1 artillery. And this is really the lowest that I've seen. So this is they're not going too much on their offense. And here we go to the Kiev Post is reporting from the Institute of War that the Russia offensive campaign, the assessment for November 19th. And the key points here, the key takeaways. Russian forces are reportedly beginning to reinforce their positions in occupied Luhansk, Donetsk, and eastern Zaporizhia Oblast with personnel from the Kherson Oblast and mobilized servicemen. U.S. intelligence officials have stated that Russia and Iranian officials finalized a deal early in November to manufacture Iranian drones in Russian territory. Ukrainian forces continued counter-offensive operations on the Svatove-Crimea line. Russian forces continued efforts to fortify areas around ground lines, communication in southern Ukraine. Russian media sources continue active discussions of an impending second wave of mobilization. So there's rumors that they're going to do another mobilization, which I think is probably true. The number of Russian prisoners appears to have dropped by about 6.5% since January of 22, likely due to intensive Wagner Group recruitment. Let's see, Russian authorities are working to establish control over the information space in occupied territories and identify Ukrainian partisans. So those are the major takeaways. Pravda is reporting that Ukraine's armed forces repelled attacks near seven settlements and hit Russian command posts. And the details. Over the course of the past 24 hours, the Ukrainian armed forces have repelled attacks by the Russian invaders in the vicinity of the settlements of Bilohorivka in Luhansk Oblast, Spirny, Yakovlivka, Bakhmutsky, Bakhmut, Opening, and Klivinsky. Like basically the whole front line, guys. And CNN here is reporting on, where was it? Here on this video, guys, I'm not sure if you've seen this video. I'm going to show it to you in just a second. But Russia claims video shows soldiers killed after surrendering to Ukraine forces as details remain unclear. Russia has accused Ukraine of war crimes after video emerged on social media that Moscow said showed Russian soldiers killed after surrendering to Ukrainian forces. Now, what's interesting is they don't ever talk about their war crimes. They just they want to make Ukraine all seem all bad. And so let me get to it and show you show you the video and see what actually happened. This video's been deleted, like a lot of places that I go to, guys. Let me put the music. So this is actually copyrighted music. You can see a machine gunner down here. Here, the Russian forces come to surrender. They're laying down. Look at, there's one guy over here that keeps looking back. Okay, so they knew what they were doing, okay? Here, see this guy? He was looking, and he's still looking back. And that's because of that guy. And you don't see him that much, but I found another video where it goes by frame in slow motion. And here we go. And so it's actually a war crime to do a false surrender. And can I see? No, okay. You can see him right here. He comes out and he pulls out his AK and he starts firing. And after that, they lit up everybody because you don't know if they've got a grenade or not. So I did want to show you guys that. Let's keep it moving because we got a lot of news to cover, guys. This is reported in Reuters. Ukraine nuclear plant shelled. UN warns you're playing with fire. So apparently they shelled the nuclear plant yesterday. The IAEA report says Ukraine plant rocked by 12 blasts. The plant is controlled by Russian forces. Let's see. Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, which is under Russian control, was rocketed by shelling on Saturday, drawing condemnation from the UN watchdog, which said such attacks risked a major nuclear disaster. And damn, like the nerve of these people. Okay. Here's another one that's pretty interesting. This is more on the conspiracy side, but Pravda is reporting that Russia is preparing terrorist attacks on critical infrastructure facilities in Belarus. And okay, the main intelligence Dictoria of the Ministry of Defense reports that Russian special services are planning provocations at critical infrastructure facilities in Belarus, particularly at the Belarusian nuclear power plant. And the quote, "It has become known that several terrorist attacks are planned on the territory of Belarus soon. They will be artificially provoked man-made disasters at critical infrastructure facilities. The locations of possible incidents are territories surrounding the border of the EU countries and Ukraine, in particular, the Grodno and Brest regions. One of the main targets in the Ostrovets nuclear power plant in Belarus. And the development and implementation of the project are carried out by the Russian special services, but the Belarusian KGB has simply been notified." And so what they're saying is that this is an excuse to draw Belarus into the war. So we'll see if that will actually do it. I'm hoping that hopefully it's false, just conspiracy. So guys, this is I got a really good article here. It's costing peanuts for the U.S. to defeat Russia. This was reported by Timothy Ash, and he does a cost-benefit analysis of the U.S. support of Ukraine. And when I came down here, it was pretty good. He gave some numbers. Altogether, the Biden administration received congressional approval for $40 billion in aid for Ukraine in 2022 and has requested another additional $37.7 billion for I believe that's going to be for 2023. More than half of this aid has been earmarked for defense. And these sums pale into insignificance when set against the total U.S. defense budget of $715 billion. The assistance represents 5.6% of total U.S. defense spending. And so, I mean, it really is peanuts for us to try to, for us to weaken Russia. And the Ukraine forces have already killed or wounded upwards of 100,000 Russian troops. Really, if you take the other figures, we're at 300 and something thousand. And half of its original fighting force. There have been almost 8,000 confirmed losses of armored vehicles, including thousands of tanks, thousands of APCs, artillery pieces, hundreds of fixed and rotary wing aircraft, and numerous Navy vessels. Basically, Russia's always been the enemy of the United States, and really we're getting to defeat them without having to fight them at all. And it's not costing us that much. Okay, so now let's get to Russia is now publishing videos showing the consequences for mobilized soldiers who refuse to fight. Okay, I thought this was a pretty good video. I'm having internet, my internet is slow again, guys. I don't know if maybe they pulled this down. It was a really good video. Okay, I'll try to come back to that in just a sec. Let's see here. We've got a picture here of the Kerch Bridge, and as you can see, almost all the pieces are back in order, and supposedly it's going to be working sometime in December, maybe January, and I think it's just a matter of time before they blow it up again. So I did want to show you guys that. What's happening with this? How come it's not loading up here? This was a really good video. All right, here we go, guys.
Равняйсь. Верно, Лева Селиванов. Ко мне.
So this is the soldier that doesn't want to go to the front lines. He's refusing to fight. In front of it, all of the other mobilized I guess he's asking him, are you sure that you're refusing to fight? They're really making a big deal out of this.
Вперед! Выйти из строя! Ваши документы. Дата рождения 04.03.94. Объявляю вам, что в соответствии с постановлением возбуждения уголовного дела в отношении вас 16 ноября 2022 года действие что возбуждено уголовное дело по части 2 прим. 1 статьи 332 Кодекса Российской Федерации. Значит, объявляю время 13:20, вы задержаны. Чмайон, доставить задержанного на место составления протокола.
Looks like we got another one. So I guess they're trying to show this to, stop. I don't know if it's going to help any. I mean, they're going to go to jail and they're going to have housing and 3 meals a day. So what does it really accomplish, right? Okay. And I did want to show you guys this. So Warsaw, the street where the Russian embassy is located, was renamed to Avenue of the Victims of Russian Aggression. And I guess here is where the embassy is located. But this is happening everywhere in Russia now, or in the West. And we got another one where um, the German-Russian Forum Petersburg Dialogue, which was once introduced by Gerhard Schroeder and Putin, will be dissolved. Good riddance. And so all these organizations that try to make Russia look good, they're just getting rid of them and really making them the pariah of the world that they really are. And I wanted to show you guys this Ukrainians marching in the snow. This is taken just recently, and you can see it's cold out there, freezing out there, and they're still working. Nice camouflage, new camouflage. And let me show you what they're going up against though, guys. We talk about how the front line hasn't moved much. This is why it hasn't though. If you see here, here's a machine gun position, and a drone just dropped a grenade on it, and they're blowing it up. Whoops. And we got another one here. And so this drone is going around blowing up machine gun positions. And, okay, that one, it does blow up. However, the drone doesn't capture it. You can see it right there. Okay, and this is the occupiers had machine guns. Now they don't. But you can see that they've got these everywhere. And so if you're marching, through the occupied territories and you're coming along all that, like, it's going to take a while before it's all cleared out, guys. And so I did want to show that. Okay, let's keep it pushing because this video is getting pretty long. Here's some explosions in Bakhmut, and this is supposedly laying down fire so their troops can retreat. I want you to hear this because this is tough. That is pretty tough, guys. Okay, let's see here. And now I wanted to show you guys this. The calendar god poses against the backdrop of the consequences of Ukrainian armor strikes on the railway infrastructure. And you can see this guy here with the date and the background and really the destroyed railway. And you can see the HIMARS are just doing their job, and they're cutting these their logistics. Basically, they're going to cut off all the ammo that's getting to the soldiers and the food and everything else. Like, they're going to starve them out, and then they're going to attack. So that's what I think is going to, and rightfully so, just like they did in Kherson. And so I wanted to show you guys this too. This was the attack here. This is Crimea. This is the Kherson Oblast. And so this railway was supposed to supply everyone in here and even down in here, and now it's out of order. And what's funny is that they're now making memes about this guy, and you can see they're really going off on this guy and making jokes about him. So I did want to show you guys this. This was, this is really hilarious. It looks like he's become famous now. Okay, let's keep it pushing. And this is another hilarious one, guys. This is published on UK Inform, and Russia POW asked government to swap him for the Kherson racoon. And a Russian prisoner of war has offered to exchange him for a raccoon stolen by Russians from the Kherson Zoo. And here's the little video that he
Я Макашов Олег Анатольевич, рядовой, 75-го года рождения, города Новосибирска. Прошу правительство России поменять меня на херсонского енота.
So I thought that was really funny, guys. Let's go to, I got a couple of more. Here we have the combat kitty, who's chilling in the helmet. Okay.
Дося, ты уже помылась, да? А? Дося.
Looks like he's resting up.
А?
That is always cute. Wanted to show you guys that. And then on a serious note, I wanted to show this to you guys as well. After watching this, I ask that we all take 1 minute of silence to honor and respect those that have given so much for us all in our respects. Let's not forget the parents who lost a child, the spouses who lost a soulmate, the children who lost a parent, and the siblings who lost a brother or sister. Alright guys, I did want to show that because this is a real war. And so that's all I've got for today, guys. I'm a brand new channel and I really would appreciate it if you gave me a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your time, guys, for spending some time with me. And if you subscribe to the channel, like I post these videos every day, I try to give you guys some good information and some upbeat information as well to try to keep it upbeat and positive. As always, glory to the heroes, glory to Ukraine. You guys have a beautiful day and peace out.